We all know that she's Captain Marvel, but there's so much more to her. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you didn't know about Brie Larson. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at lesser-known facts about this Academy Award-winning actress. Number 10. She's friends with Shailene Woodley.
Don't smile at me like that.
I can't help myself. You know that I can't help myself.
In The Spectacular Now, Larson and Shailene Woodley both played women with romantic ties to Miles Teller's character.
What's your thing?
I don't know. I'd like to think that there's more to a person than just one thing, you know?
The real platonic love story took place behind the scenes, however, as the two actresses reportedly became fast friends. In an interview with Vulture, Woodley stated, quote, "In Brie, I immediately recognized another strong female spirit."
Why are you guys dancing?
Yeah, we're gonna get out there next song.
Come on, it's prom. Amy, dance with me.
Oh no, I'm good. I don't really dance.
Woodley added, quote, "Before Spectacular Now, I was seriously considering quitting this business. That movie made me want to be creative again, and Brie was very much a part of that time." Shortly after, Larson won the Best Actress Oscar for her performance in 2015's Room.
Jack, listen to me. We've got a chance. We nearly missed it, but we've got our chance.
Although Woodley had also been considered for this role, she couldn't have been happier for her friend's success.
You're gonna love it.
What?
The world.
Number 9. She's a font of creativity.
Short term 12, this is Grace.
Some people relieve stress through meditation, yoga, or reading a book. While working on the powerful drama Short Term 12, however, Larson calmed her nerves in a rather unconventional manner.
Remember, you're not their parent, you're not their therapist. You are here to create a safe environment, and that's it.
Throughout the 20-day shoot, the actress created about 3 or 4 different fonts in order to relax between scenes. Larson would grab some graph paper and gel pens, writing out the alphabet until she got a font just right.
It's a nice little A. We'll try a B this time.
Typography has been a hobby of Larson's since her teenage years. Of all the fonts she's made, her favorite is one where her letters are all modeled after 3D mouse holes.
I think that's pretty nice.
We'd love nothing more than to see some of Larson's fonts made available online.
So, what do you think?
Number 8. She's a writer and director. In 2012, Larson teamed up with Sarah Ramos and Jesse Ennis to co-write and co-direct a short entitled The Arm. Examining how texting has affected the dating landscape, the short took home the Sundance Film Festival's special jury prize for comedic storytelling.
So you weren't really together?
No, not unless being together is like...
That feels weird.
Larson followed up with another short entitled Waiting, which she co-wrote and co-directed with Dustin Bowser. Larson also starred in the 4-minute film, which centers on a complicated relationship and was featured at South by Southwest.
Are you trying to drive me mad? Of course there's so much much, because there is so much much, and it's sitting, and I need to run, and I need you to let me do that.
Larson made her feature film directorial debut in 2017 with Unicorn Store, an indie comedy starring herself and Samuel L. Jackson.
I felt inspiring to assemble a team that were constantly surprising you and making you excited every day, and this movie was about making each other laugh, and that was a really nice change.
The Captain Marvel actress has even higher aspirations, expressing desire to direct an MCU movie someday. Number 7. She rocks the mycology.
Brie Larson might be the geekiest it girl ever.
I might be.
Brie Larson, actress, writer, director, and mushroom forager. On Reddit, Larson described mycology, the biology of fungi, as one of her strangest passions.
I don't know what geeky means, but I love Lord of the Rings and I love science, so kind of become a geek that way.
In an interview with the Sydney Morning Herald, the Oscar winner explained that she's fascinated by mushrooms, and not the psychedelic ones. She's even part of a mycological society, and goes scavenging for mushrooms with them just outside of Los Angeles. Larson's interest in mushrooms stems from her love of cooking, wanting to know more about where certain foods come from. In addition to mycology, she has a general passion for the wonders of our planet, and continues to expand her knowledge through a magazine subscription to Scientific American. Brie Larson is certainly full of surprises. Number 6. She's kind of a fangirl.
You know how to fly this thing?
We'll see.
That's a yes or no question.
Yes.
The The MCU isn't the only Disney-owned property Larson has a special attachment to. She's also a Star Wars fan, which gave her and co-star Jacob Tremblay something to bond over while filming Room. Larson credits Star Wars with helping them break the ice and become close.
There was a little Star Wars figurine, and that's when I knew we were gonna get along.
So, as you can imagine, she fully embraced her inner fangirl upon meeting several cast members from Solo. Larson is an avid gamer as well, with the Mario and Zelda games being among her favorites.
We just beat 2 times, actually, the new Super Mario 3D, which is the best game that Nintendo has ever done, or at least in my mind has done in a really long time.
Her 15th birthday party had a Nintendo theme, and she even dressed as Zero Suit Samus Aran for Halloween in 2018, giving us hope she'll star in a Metroid movie someday. Please! Number 5. She's taken a stand for sexual assault victims. Even before the Me Too and Time's Up movements erupted, Larson was already advocating for victims of sexual assault. The same night she won the Best Actress award, Larson hugged every survivor who appeared in Lady Gaga's performance of Till It Happens to You. When Larson presented the Best Actor Oscar the following year, she noticeably refrained from applauding when the award went to Casey Affleck, who had been accused of sexual harassment by 2 women while working on I'm Still Here. As a co-founder of the Women of Cinefamily Festival, Larson refused to remain silent when 2 of the company's male members resigned due to sexual misconduct allegations, thanking the survivors for coming forward and demanding further action to ensure a safer work environment. Number 4. She caught the acting bug at an early age.
Leathers.
Larson attained superstardom during her 20s, but she's been honing her skills since age 6, when she reportedly told her mother, quote, "I know what my dharma is. I'm supposed to be an actor."
Hello, I'd like to report a suspicious person at 947 Oak Lane. Thank you.
At the same time, at that same age, Larson became the youngest student ever to attend San Francisco's American Conservatory Theater. Before she was even 10, Larson had landed her first on-screen acting gig in a parody commercial for Malibu Mudslide Barbie, on an episode of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
My first job ever was doing a skit for Jay Leno, The Tonight Show, and they liked what I did, so they kept bringing me back. I think I did like a dozen or 2 of these like fake commercials. It's kind of where I learned that I had comedic timing.
Larson would make a couple more guest appearances on The Tonight Show, following her 1998 debut, including another fake commercial for Roadkill Easy Bake Oven.
Thanks, Roadkill Easy Bake Oven.
This, of course, led to even more prominent work in television and film. Number 3. English isn't her first language.
I'm not gonna fight your war. I'm gonna end it.
As somebody who was born in Los Angeles, California, one would assume that Larson grew up primarily speaking English. Believe it or not though, Larson's first language is actually French.
You reading the Bible?
No spoilers. I'm really hoping that things turn around for this Job guy.
Of course, this isn't especially surprising when you consider that Larson has French-Canadian roots on her father's side, and that she was homeschooled throughout the early years of her life. As Larson got older and started to master the English language, her ability to speak French began to waver. Nevertheless, she still has a solid understanding of her first language, which ties into her love of foreign films.
If this were a movie, this would be the part where we kiss.
It should also come in handy if Larson ever plays a Parisian or a Quebecoise. Number 2. Brie Larson isn't her real name.
Hey, do you know what we're gonna do today?
What?
We are going to bake a birthday cake.
Brie Larson might be a household name, but it's not the one she was given at birth. Larson was born Brienne Sidonie de Saulnier, which almost sounds like a Game of Thrones character.
Your Grace, I ask the honor of a place in your Kingsguard.
In the same vein as Judy Garland and Marilyn Monroe, she decided to adopt a stage name that was easier to pronounce.
Can I draw with you?
Although we can see how Brienne evolved into Brie, there are varying stories regarding how she landed the surname of Larson. In a Glamour interview, she claimed that Larson is a family name from her great-grandmother.
You were such a smartass.
While speaking to Jimmy Fallon, though, she stated that the name came from an American Girl doll named Kirsten Larson. Either way, Larson admittedly has a more Hollywood ring to it. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
So how'd yours come out, Rink? Not so good.
Yeah, mine aren't so hot either.
Nuh-uh, tell them yours are great.
Yours are the best.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling sort of odd and trying to be cool, and I'm drinking a little bit, and then the police knocked on the door, and I flipped out and jumped out of a window.
Why did you photograph Nick as if you were a paparazzi hiding in the bushes?
Because I was too shy.
Yo, really?
I got freaked starstruck. I was like, the day before, I was like hugging Meryl Streep, and I was like, this is fine. But then Nick showed up at my house, and I was like,
Number 1. She used to be a pop star.
Hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you were.
Brie Larson played a rocker in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, a role closer to home than many realize.
You crack the whip, shape shift and trick the past again. Send you my love on a wire.
During her early acting days, Larson also pursued her passion for singing, songwriting, and guitar, uploading songs to her website. When she didn't get the role of Wendy in 2003's Peter Pan, Larson was inspired to write the song Invisible Girl, which was played on an LA radio station. Larson even released a pop album entitled Finally Out of PE, featuring singles like She Said and Life After You. Although the album struggled, Larson's acting career would soon skyrocket.
So, Scott and Ramona, eh?
What of it?
You guys make a cute couple, you know? Suit each other.
We'd certainly be interested to see her revisit singing, preferably in a movie musical or a Clash at Demon Head reunion. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.